Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We've got a lot of people signed up, and I expect probably a few more will be logging in here pretty quick. For everyone who did sign up, and even if you're present on the live broadcast, I will be sending out a replay shortly thereafter. It'll probably be later this evening with both a video and an audio replay of today's webinar. And today's webinar is actually we're presented by I Take the Lead. We're with I Take the Lead. We're a referral team organization. We have lots of teams in Portland, Seattle, and Denver. Becky, how many teams do you have between Portland and Seattle there?
Oh, 100, maybe close to 100. I wanted to point out, two people have said, Karrie, your mic is a little low. It's hard to hear you, so you might want to. Yeah. So I'd have to stop and think. Oh, maybe 80 between Portland and Seattle, actually.
Cool. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
So, and then we've got just under 20 here in Denver, and we'll be looking at growing that again here pretty quick, starting in the next couple months. So, lots of growth. Today's webinar is how to use social media ads to grow your business without wasting money. And our host today, or our presenter today, is Christen. She's with the Client Attraction Formula. She's our social media guru. Karrie, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little more about yourself?
Yeah, no problem. Let me ask you guys this. Is my mic better?
Yes.
Perfect.
That is
yes.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Great. I just hadn't stuck in my little headset yet. So yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, let me tell you guys a little bit about me. This first slide kind of says a little bit about what I'm passionate about, which is I connect great businesses with their ideal prospects so that they can help more people and in turn make more money. Kind of crazy concept, right? So my background is I've been in marketing now for 22 years, which kind of blows my mind away because I really don't feel that old. But I did finish my marketing degree about 22 years ago, and I opened up my first agency in the Denver Tech Center. It was a fairly large agency, loved it, worked my tail off, didn't make a lot of money. And so I kind of started to dig a little bit deeper into what I was really doing. And this is, I grew up amongst a family of business owners. A lot of people in my family own businesses, both of my parents, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles. And originally, I actually went to college for accounting, which if you knew me, anybody that knows me really well knows I am not an accountant. I'm not the kind of person that makes up being an accountant. So I'm almost done with school, and I see my dad's business fail. And let me tell you, when a business fails, it affects a lot more than a family's bottom line. It actually mentally destroyed my dad. It crushed his soul. This was a business he had been in for over 20 years. Before I even came into his life at that point, he is my stepdad, but to me, he's my dad. And so I knew everything about their business. I was raised specifically in his business. They, as the oldest, especially when you have two entrepreneurs as parents, they made me come in after school every day. And I had to put in approximately 5 to 10 hours a week into their business, depending on if it was school or no school. And I learned a lot, but what I learned was they did no marketing. They were 100% word of mouth. And as my dad got older, that word of mouth started to dry up. And then I saw another business fail and another business fail. And I swore that I was never going to let that happen to anybody else I loved, including myself or the people I cared about. So it was actually at that time that I chose not to finish my accounting degree, and I went back to school for marketing. And over the last 22 years, I have made it, honestly, my mission, because it's something that I kind of bleed from my pores, is to make sure that the businesses that I had any help with, that they were not going to fail, that I was not going to see those people or myself go through what I watched my father go through and what I watched my grandfather go through and an uncle. And so that's kind of why I am so incredibly passionate about marketing, to the point that not only do I do this, but I teach other people how to do this, because, you know, a lot of us are small businesses, and that's just kind of where we are. I don't just run the Client Attraction Formula. I also run the Client Attraction Formula Academy, and I am one of the founding partners in a company called FFL Consultants, which relates to the firearms industry. And I also own a company with a business partner called Get Baked with the Bettys. I'm sure all of you guys in Colorado can kind of imagine, or those of you in legal marijuana states might recognize that is a marijuana business. And I actually specialize in marketing marijuana businesses. I've built a heck of a niche for myself by being able to market some of the most highly censored businesses around, which is how I got into the firearms and marijuana industry. Although, to be honest with you, the Client Attraction Formula and the Client Attraction Formula Academy are my babies. So that's where I personally spend the majority of my time. So a while back, I was getting a divorce, and I really had to get I had to make some money, because I was really sitting back in a comfortable position and I wasn't making a lot of money. So I finally decided to take the advice I give everybody else, and I made $30,000 in only 4 months, and I had not been marketing my business at all. All I did was take my marketing serious and do the same things that I tell other people to do. Now, since then, I have saved my house. I have gotten full custody of my son, because that's just what was important to me. And I've also helped hundreds of businesses create the security their business needs to grow and flourish, so that they're making the kind of money that they really imagined making when they first got started with this. So I want you guys to ask yourself this: what happens when you leverage a network of almost 2.2 billion people on a platform that uses the largest database of aggregate data in the world to ethically link people together through engagement? Oh yeah, and if you add in all the other sites, it's actually now well over 2.5 billion people on social media. Well, what happens is you end up with more leads, and more importantly, they're quality leads. So I want you guys to ask yourself, is this true? When you are in front of more of the right people, your prospects, will you be able to help more people? Yes or no? And what does that mean to you and to your business? It really means that you get more happy clients to work with, you make more money, and you create more freedom to work with the people you love, which to me is a big deal. I like to work with people I enjoy spending my time with. I don't want my job, I don't want my business to seem like I'm working for somebody else. I want it to seem like I am working with my friends, my colleagues, and just really people I love working with. So surely you like to help clients and make money, right, guys? When we offer great services, products, and solutions, the more people we're able to help, the more we benefit, the more people benefit from the services we provide. Marketing is actually something that I believe as quality business owners, we are obligated to do. How many times have you gone past a need and you eventually find a business that could have helped you with that need, could have made life significantly better for you, for your business, for your family, for something that was going on? And yet, as business owners, we sit here and we're afraid. We feel like we're bothering people when we market. We're not bothering people. It is our obligation to put out our talents to those people that truly need us. And this is my big tagline, guys. Marketing, no more marketing experiments. And actually, I have experiments spelled wrong, so excuse me on that one. Marketing is not something that should cost you money. It should be an investment that pays you back richly. And that's really important. My goal is not to show you how to spend money here that you're not going to get back. So let's kind of talk about what makes a winning social media formula. So it's really important that you understand the lifestyle that you want from your business. And when I say that, it's important because when you understand what you want from your business and the lifestyle that you want to exist within when it comes to your business, you can start to understand a little bit better who those clients are that are going to fit into that model. There are some businesses where, honestly, I can't imagine that real estate agents get to say, I only work between this hour and this hour. But there's a lot of businesses that do get to say that. Here I am, I own a marketing company. I am also a single parent, and for the last 8 years, it has been imperative to me that I am available for my son's lacrosse games, for school events, and because he plays lacrosse, I needed to be available on the weekends. I also wanted to enjoy what I was doing. So you also need to ask yourself, who are the people you love working with? Who are the people that bring the most into your business? The ones that are the easiest to work with, that you would love to sprinkle some fairy dust on them and have them multiply. Now, here's the thing. You hear stereotyping is pretty bad, but in marketing, stereotyping is actually a good thing. This is what helps us be able to locate the people that we want to do business with. So there are a lot of stereotypes. I mean, you could say that, gosh, I'm going to bring up a pretty iffy stereotype right here, guys. But my next door neighbor, they are African American, and man, dressing nice and going to church is a big deal to their family. I know that if I was a dry cleaner or I was a custom suit maker, I'm going to look for some people like my neighbors, very specifically. And if we want to get down to stereotyping, maybe some business owners, we're going to need to know what makes up a successful business owner. What industries are they in? What is their general age? Depending on what type of industry, I mean, if you're dealing with NASCAR, you could kind of imagine if your clients are NASCAR fans, you know what they're like, guys. You know what they follow. You probably know their demographics. You know where they live. You know what is going to be the most common within that group of people. So you're going to stereotype to find those people. And now, number 4, you're going to actually start finding them. Once you start finding them, and we'll talk a little bit more about how you find them, you're going to want to go ahead and create awareness for your business. Then you're going to want to create some engagement with them. And then honestly, I give this example, which I left out at the beginning, and I apologize. But if you were going to ask somebody to marry you, you would not meet them, think, they're pretty, they're handsome, and then ask them out on a date or ask them to marry you. You're going to get to know them. You're going to find out if you guys are even compatible. That's what I would call conversion. So number 7, it says ask them on a date, or at least let them know you're available. is where you actually tell them about your business. Social media gives us the platform and the targeting to make a successful formula work. It helps us magnetize our business to the exact people we would love working with. Now, you guys, I am sure have heard this from somebody. I kind of wish I could see almost hands go up and see who has heard this, but I heard Facebook ads. Facebook doesn't work. And you can replace this with anything, YouTube, Instagram, or any other popular platform that's out there. There's a good reason that those people are telling you Facebook ads don't work, because they did it wrong. And I'm just going to go through this very quickly, and then we're going to go into more detail. Facebook ads don't work, but only if you don't understand how to make them work. If you ask for the date or marriage before you create awareness or engagement. If you don't know exactly who to target. And then there's also the issue with competing against yourself for bids. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the future. And then you didn't create a video or offer that is more interesting than what their friends and family have to share on social media. So let's talk about the absolute biggest mistakes. I call these the 5 deadly social media marketing sins. The first one is, guys, stop boosting posts. No, no, no. It is the worst thing you can possibly do to waste. Well, it's the best thing to do if you want to waste your money. And the reason is because we only want to put our ad dollars in front of people that are realistically qualified to do business with you. When you boost a post, it goes out as a blanket to everybody and anybody that they think maybe possibly might use your service, okay? To be able to do this, you're actually going to use something called Facebook Business Manager to place your ads and target the right people. To be able to find this, you're going to go to business.facebook.com. And this is going to open up options that you never imagined you could even find. You can target so specifically. I tell people honestly, I can target down to a gnat's ass, and a gnat's ass is pretty darn small. I can look for, let's say I'm a B2B type of company. So for me, let's say I'm doing some marketing for the FFL consultants. I know that they are looking for businesses that have their federal firearms licenses. So these are going to be businesses. They are going to have a business page on Facebook. They are going to have somebody that is an admin on Facebook. So I'm going to reach out to the admins of pages where these people also happen to like other specific things within their market. So they might be a follower of the National Sports Shooting Foundation. They're following that. I can actually target specifically people that are admins of a business page and support the National Sports Shooter Foundation, which is the specific foundation it is the nonprofit organization that helps business owners that have anything to do with the firearms industry keep up with legislation, support them, make sure that they're doing things right. You can probably imagine that just those 2 components will put my ad in front of pretty amazing people. Guys, you can get even deeper than this. I really encourage you to go to business.facebook.com, sign up for a business, a Facebook Business Manager account. Sorry. You do need to have a business page to do that. It can be any type of business page. It can be a straight up business page. It can be a public figure page, which is something that I suggest to every single business owner that I know that is not doing their business based on their name. This is a way to connect with people on an individual basis and to brand yourself. It's also really great if you happen to work for a company and you are not the owner, because your personal brand will stay with you forever. So please seriously consider that. So the next major mistake is stop selling all the time, guys. When you are just selling, you turn yourself into a commodity. You need to build an emotional connection first, or you're going to waste your money. I want to talk to you a little bit about what builds the emotional connection and why it is so important. There are two main parts of the brain that really help us make our decisions. And the part of our brain that actually really truly makes a decision for us is not a part of our brain that thinks in words. It actually thinks emotionally. Everything is in feelings. And then what happens is that part of your brain, which is the limbic part of your brain, then pushes that out to the neocortex, which does think in words. That is our modern brain. At that point, the modern brain decides, well, the limbic brain says we need this. It says it's really important. It's pushing out all of these emotions on why we need this. So we need to come up with a reason, a logical reason, because we're the part of the brain that is logical. So we need to come up with a logical reason to justify that need. I hope everybody can see from that why it is important to connect emotionally first, which is the number one reason you don't want to just sell, because people are going to turn you off. It is imperative that you first create that awareness on who you are, awareness that you guys have a connection, an awareness that brings you together more emotionally. And then you're going to create engagement. Engagement is really your process. It's where you bring in your edutainment, your contact, specific actions taken to get that will help them fulfill the reason that they're there. From there, you're going to go ahead. Once you've made those two connections with people, awareness and engagement, now is the time to tell them that you can actually help them. This is the time for conversion. This is where you put in your results, your proof, your offer, what you do. You can tell them to buy your stuff. This section can only happen after you build the know, like, and trust, which comes from your awareness and your engagement. So stop putting the cart before the horse and get personal, guys, especially when you're utilizing social media. I'm going to tell you honestly, this works across the board on every type of marketing. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more deeply. And I have got some stuff that I'm going to give you guys at the end that's really going to help you dive into this. So these next few are related to each other, but the biggest mistake is stop vomiting on people. This ties back in very well to the last one. It's really important you get to know their why as well as yours. You're going to dive deep into their why. I call this the third level of why. And basically, if the reason that they would do business with you is because they're tired of spinning their wheels and not getting traction. So that's their first why. Their second why might be something like, I'm wasting money, I'm scared, and it's getting to the point where I'm a little nervous to move forward doing anything. Their third level of why is going to be something that is more like this. I have failed so many times, and I'm tired of being scared. I need to make more money, and I need to build some security for myself. There is a very big difference from the first why to the last why. And when it comes to marketing, some of you may have seen these circles and this concept before. It's called the golden circle. If you've ever heard or listened to anything related to Simon Sinek, this is all based off of what he does. And to be honest with you guys, this is the best marketing technique I could give anybody, to be able to explain and connect with the people that want to do business with them. So what I don't want to see you guys do is, I'm a photographer, I take great photos, want to do business with me? Instead, you're going to say something like, the number one challenge facing U.S. businesses today is the skills gap. Companies can't find enough problem solvers, critical thinking, time and resources to train these workers. The how in this would be, live instructor-led in-class training is the most effective way to train adult learners. Adults learn best by doing and interacting with each other. We follow the EDGE training model. We explain a concept, demonstrate it, guide you as you work through an example, and enable you to give the readout to the class. So the what is, Riverwood Associates provides customized, hands-on, Lean Six Sigma certification training, a proven and powerful process, improving methodology. Our certification roadmaps begin with the yellow belt, builds with the green belt, and accumulates with the black belt. LSS certification, recognized by many industries, is the differentiator in the marketplace. It makes a pretty big difference. A slightly more common one, which if you have heard Simon Sinek talk at all, is, let's see, the why is, everything we do, we believe, let me start over. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. We make products that are beautifully designed and user-friendly. That's the how. The what is, we just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? If you didn't guess, that is Apple. And they are phenomenal when it comes to why marketing. The next mistake is you think you are special and that it is actually enough. So what I mean by this is, guys, just because you put an ad up and you think it's amazing doesn't mean it resonates with the people who you want to see it and the people you want to work with. People do not check your stuff out because you want them to. And to be honest with you, it better be more valuable than stopping what they are doing, which is honestly what they want to do. They don't want to be marketed to. So you have got to come up with a reason that hits them emotionally and pulls them in so that they even want to learn more about your business. And here's the last thing. You better make it amazing, time sensitive, and to be honest, pretty darn mind-blowing. Don't waste your marketing dollars by putting something up, telling people about your business. Put something up that grabs their attention. I use the word edutainment a lot, which is education and entertainment. It's actually now a word in the dictionary, and I think it's a really important word. We've got a business that we're marketing for right now, and it actually has some kids, and the kids are all saying, yum, yum, woof, yum, yum, woof. And it's not a real big, we're not driving people to do anything major, but we are catching their attention. And then we're immediately diving into the benefits that the product brings to these pet owners, pet parents, whatever you want to call them. From there, we're giving them another opportunity to get something that will help them for their pet. This is funny. It's cute. It's in line with some of the stuff that they're already seeing on Facebook, but it is more eye-catching, more appealing. So basically, stop selling your product as if you are the one to buy it, because you're already convinced it's awesome. It's your turn now to create that emotional connection and be able to convince other people in that portion of their brain that, oh my gosh, this is the answer to what I've been looking for. All right, this is a pretty big one. Actually, I would say this is the number one biggest mistake you can make, and that is sending traffic to your website. I would say that this is the number one reason ads fail to actually have a positive return on investment. Your website is a black hole. It is a place where people can go and they can get lost in things. It's like a giant magazine, and next thing you know, they're reading articles and they forgot why they were even there. We only send ads to a standalone landing page, and that landing page is not attached to your website at all. So they can't delete part of it and go to your website. They are just there. Your landing page matches your ad. It matches the look, the feel, and the verbiage. You're actually going to have, depending on the ads you run, more than one landing page. You're going to have one landing page for each main ad. And the reason for that is because your ads really have to have that continuity between the ad and the landing page, as well as what you're asking them to do. It keeps it very simple and very directed. It also lets you continue the same conversation you started in the ad on the landing page. So let's talk about how we find some success with social media marketing. Outside of not doing the things that we talked about, I'm going to give you a view from above a successful campaign. So every social media campaign that we do is fairly different, but I'd like you guys to just take a peek at this. So up in the first box, it says the expert. So basically with this type of campaign that we had created, this campaign was actually outlined specifically for a private jet company. And they need a lot more videos than most small businesses are going to need. They actually needed 9 videos. There are a lot of times for small businesses that we only do 1 video ad. And there are other times where we do up to 9 ads. So we're positioning this person as the expert with what they do. We are putting that on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. The ad is showing a video. Now, we're separating with this specific ad campaign the awareness, the engagement, and the conversion. You guys can do all of that in one. And shortly, we're going to kind of walk through a specific ad that you guys can create for yourself that is a 1 video ad, but pulls all of this in. So from their video, we'll just say that's one video ad. They then click on that, and below is their landing page. And this is their offer. This company happened to be using Mad Mimi. I personally I suggest most small businesses use MailChimp just because it's free up to your first 1,000 users. It's actually incredibly easy to use, both to set up your outgoing emails as well as the structure that those emails send. So they go in, they click on this. In a landing page, we are asking for the lowest amount of information we can possibly get away with for what we are doing. So the minimum information that you're going to need is an email address. Secondary information might be a name, a first name, a last name. If you ask for their phone number, you are reducing your opportunity to collect any of their information. And then if you ask for an address, you are reducing that even more significantly. There are times and places where you need to ask for those things. If you are giving a free appointment, If you are giving a free membership, if you are giving something away where you realistically need to contact that person, then you definitely need to ask for their name, their email address, and their phone number. But if you're asking for something very simple, then I would just leave it at their email address. So some things that are actually happening during this ad, just by them watching this ad, Facebook knows that they watched the ad. They know how much of the ad they watched. We have put a Facebook tracking pixel or any other related tracking pixel. The ones we primarily use in our agency are Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and then Pinterest. Pinterest is the one we use the least, but we do occasionally use it if the clients are on Pinterest. Only use the ones that you need, just because it's extra work to do anything else. So from the landing page, guys, I have totally messed this up. I'm so sorry. Okay, so from the videos, these videos we are talking actually about here, this is being shown in their news feed, all of that, but it is taking them to the landing page. I hope that makes sense. I apologize. So then they're either watching, they're engaging, they're following, and they're using. And you can see in this funnel, they're trickling down to make happy lifelong clients. And then this goes over into manage, add things, update, and repeat. Guys, what's kind of cool about this too is, let's say they watched my video ad, but they didn't do anything. Or they watched it and they clicked on the landing page, but they didn't move forward and give me their information. Because I'm using a Facebook tracking pixel, I am able to retarget those people with a more creative ad. Just to give you a little bit of an example of an ad that we ran, we were doing a kind of a fun music video, and we're all about edutainment. So we were doing this fun little jokey video. And if people watched part of it, but they didn't do what we wanted them to do, then we placed a secondary ad in front of them the next day. And instead, that music video was, instead of it being just a funny spoofy one, we go ahead and we do a funny country one. And if they watch that, but they don't actually take action, then the third day we put another one in front of them. And the next one might say, hey, so you don't like rap music, do you like country music or whatever? And so we swap it up. We did so well with that marketing campaign that our return on investment was something close to 100 to 1. So every dollar we put into it, we made $100 from. Guys, you can't beat that. Even if you are just getting a 1 to 3 return on investment, it is worth your money. I would say if it is not getting a minimum of a 1 to 3 return on investment, you close it down and you start over. So I want to kind of talk about how to dig a little bit deeper into their third why, which we actually went over. I just want you to see this is the feed their why, be their solution. If you can get to their third level of why, it actually turns you into a bridge or a catalyst that gets them from where they are to where they want to be. I'm actually going to send you guys a paper that has all of this in it so that you can walk through it yourself. So here we have, where are they right now versus where do they want to be? Remember, we just talked about positioning yourself as that catalyst. So it's really important to understand these two places. You understand their why. So where are they? And if their why is very powerful, where do they want to be? So I know for my clients personally, they're struggling. They're looking to really get a solid marketing plan that doesn't waste their money anymore. They are afraid to spend money because they've lost so much money doing things in the past, or they're paralyzed because they don't even know what to do. Now, where do they want to be? They want to be loving their business. They want to be making more money, but they also don't want to be working a whole lot more. I bring that bridge to them because I can say, listen, I have done this for people in the past. I have done this for myself. I have done this for these other businesses that are just like yours. And they were in the same position as you. They were scared. They were nervous about spending money. But look at where they are now. This is how I helped them. This is what I did. I become the catalyst. I become the bridge. With any successful ad, this is the basic way that I put together a successful ad. So I start with how to this. Okay, so for myself, it might be how to create a highly profitable social media plan without wasting your money, spending all your time learning the tech, and still pulling your hair out. Now I call them out. I would say something like, hey, ... here. The ... is my client. So I might say, I run a lot of campaigns for local businesses. So I might say, hey, Denver business owner, are you, and then I'm going to insert their pain. Are you tired of losing money? Are you tired of creating ads that don't do anything? Are you tired of not making money? Are you tired of working too hard? There's a lot of things here that are their pain points. Then I'm going to talk about why I'm the ideal person to understand their why and how it connects, how our whys connect with each other. Why should I be their bridge? I have a ton of these stories, guys. You will not just have one. You'll start to play with these and you'll find that you have others. So depending on who I was marketing to, I might use a story about a business that was in business. It's actually a financial planning company. They have been in business for 45 years. Their primary market is federal employees. That's who they help. That's who they love helping. It's who they've helped for 45 years. What happened to them was that they actually got pushed out of all of the Denver federal centers, which is a pretty big deal since that is their bread and butter client. They wanted to get back in those federal centers. So we revamped their brand. We started getting out their videos, and next thing you know, they are booked. They're booked up. Actually, they were booked up solid this year for seminars inside of the federal center. We went ahead and we did this just through Facebook ads as well as some rebranding. So I might talk about that story. And then I might say how, I've got to answer my how question. How will I make that happen? I'm going to study your client base. I'm going to find out exactly where they are. And I'm going to help you get in front of specifically those people in a way that makes it almost impossible for them to pass up what you're doing. What will you do? Free offers, trial classes. What I probably would do for myself is that I would say, what I'd like to do for you is I'd like to offer you a free class. I'm teaching this class at this location, and I would love to have you there. We're going to go over a start to finish campaign so that you can work on that yourself. Is this time sensitive? Yeah, it's time sensitive. This class happens on this day. We're always going to bring some time sensitivity into our offers. If you don't make it engaging, if you don't trigger them emotionally, and you don't make it, I apologize. Let's see. If you don't give them a reason to act immediately, they will not act. And then I have your video. What's your video? How are you going to bring this into a video. When I'm doing a Facebook ad, I always do a video, and then I pretty much translate the same thing into the story that will be the text, because I don't know which they're going to resonate with the most, if it's going to be the video or if it's going to be the text. So let's talk a little bit about targeting.
Can I ask a question, Karrie?
Of course.
When you do your video, is it your headshot? I mean, are you doing it, or are you doing, how are you doing the video? Just, or
No,
you mean?
yeah, no, that I was starting to feel like I was alone, so I appreciate the question.
Yeah, we're all trying to not make noise.
No, please, if you guys have questions, or if it might be something that I push to the end, or it might be something I answer immediately. But those videos, generally speaking, are me talking.
Okay.
Or my client talking. And here's the thing, a lot of people say, oh, I'm so uncomfortable with video. I don't like being on video. I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I sound. How do I fix that? Which is a big question for everybody. This is what I'm going to tell you. If growing your business matters to you, you will figure out that you just have to do video. And that's the reality. It gets easier as you get going. I am not always happy on video. I have gained weight in the last year, and I don't like it. But you know what? Nobody gives a crap what you look like on video. I also, for video, the way I shoot my videos, and this is not in my slide deck here at all, but I just use my cell phone. I shoot almost all of my quick marketing videos on my cell phone with a selfie stick or with a little mini tripod. And then I use a editing software that goes on my phone, and it works both on iOS as well as Android. It is called InShot, InShot. It is one word. It is, it may actually be free on Android, but it is $10 for iOS. And I'm not sure if it's $10 per year or $10 for a lifetime, but holy smokes, it is amazing. And you will get your money out of it. What's kind of cool is for that $10, you can put overlays on your videos. You can actually make your skin look better. You can do all sorts of stuff. It is awesome. And here's the other thing, guys. If you want to shoot a video and you're more concerned about the way you look, go ahead and hold that selfie stick a little high and farther out, or at a slight angle. You can be sitting at a table so that your arms could be crossed. But position yourself and be personal. That is what it is all about. Facebook is personal. It is people hanging out and talking with other people. Become a part of that. And the way your business will grow will blow your mind away. And guys, you guys can do this. We talked about the public figure page. Start doing these videos. Start doing mini trainings about what you do. Start sharing your stories, your success stories with your clients. Another one of our clients, actually, this is one of our academy members. They own a payment processing company, and they wanted a real creative way to market their business. So we kind of came up with a solution alongside of them, where once a week they actually go out and interview one of the businesses that they provide payment services for. And we kind of came up with just a little show outline. It's about a 10 to 15 minute mini show that they put on once a week. They just use their cell phone, and they use a little mic that plugs into it and splits so that they each have a mic. And they interview those business owners about what brings success into their business. They're not even asking them, why do you like working with us? What's a testimonial for us? They are acting as the expert of successful business owners. They are the interviewer. They don't even have to create content. They just have to ask the questions. And what's really neat is they're now putting these on Facebook. They're putting them on their business page. They're putting them on YouTube, and they're branding it as an opportunity for other business owners to learn successful business secrets. It just happens to be hosted by a company that can provide them a very valuable service of payment processing at a lower cost with no contract. What a great opportunity for both their business as a payment processor, because they're not selling anything, but they are building so much recognition. And then they're providing a give back to their clients, because they're then featuring these clients on all these different sites. It's a pretty amazing little concept, but it's real simple, guys. So I'll go back to my slide here, which is targeting. And please feel free to stop me at any time as well. But there are a ton of categories on Facebook. This is actually an older snapshot. There's a lot of changes that are happening in Facebook. We're not going to be able to search by certain things like income, if they own certain types of cars, and that has nothing to do with Facebook. It was just their way of reining in the issues that were brought up because of the Cambridge data scandal. I do believe a lot of these things are going to come back, but only when Facebook has full control of them so that they cannot be abused. So we can target people by demographics, by their interests. We've talked about this a little bit. Pages they like, people they follow, things that they've clicked on. Then their behaviors. You can actually track behaviors that happen off of Facebook. You can track people by their connections, who they have a relationship with, if they've liked your page, if they've gone to an event, if they've used your app. And then there's also remarketing, which is if they have done something and you have a pixel, I call it fattening up a pixel. If your pixel is on your website and you have all of these people coming and they spend more than this amount of time on your website, you can retarget them. You see this a lot when you're looking up a product, and then all of a sudden that product is everywhere you go shop, everywhere. Facebook, it's on Google, it's on other websites, miscellaneous websites. That is remarketing. But you can use it in a way that's less annoying than that, and that's what I suggest. So the other thing that you really need to think about is, what is your hook? If you're fishing, you've got to have the right hook and you've got to have the right bait to catch the fish that you are trying to catch. So this ad is an ad for a CrossFit gym. And so they're calling it out, attention, Port Jefferson. They're going a little bit more simple with this one. We're giving 10 first-timers a week of CrossFit for free. These classes are especially for beginners who are serious about getting in shape. When you have an offer that is this powerful, the more powerful your offer, the better it is. People get to click on this ad, and they automatically, this one happens to be a messenger ad, which means it's not going to go to a funnel. It's actually, the free coupon is going to show up right in their Facebook Messenger area. And so that is what they're doing. So the other thing we talked about is landing pages. So a landing page, once again, is not attached to your website. It is something very separate, and it works very specifically. Actually, this one is for Port CrossFit. I guess we've done it both ways. So then they get to sign up here. When they click the sign up button, everything pops up, so we can capture their email address, their name, their phone number, because those are things that are appropriate for this. Guys, you can get down as deep as, there are some things that I personally run where people actually can book a free consultation right on my landing page. They click on it, my calendar pops up, It is automated. It goes into my regular calendar so that if I book something, it blocks it out on the calendar that's on my landing page and vice versa. And then I have got a client that I'm just going to be talking to in a couple of days, a potential client. So we talked
I'm sorry, I have just a quick question on the landing page. You've touched on that a few times. It's separate from your website. Is that a separate URL? Is that a separate domain that you've registered? Or?
This can be done several different ways. So my website is theclientattractionformula.com. I actually build most of my landing pages off of another domain that is karriefixmymarketing.com. So, you know, I like to do that. I think that is kind of the best way to do it. Find something that works. Like Alan, for you, it might be grow your business, you know, network to growyourbusiness.com.
Cool.
So, and then realistically, you know, it depends on how you set it up. There are a couple of different ways that you guys can set up landing pages. You can definitely set them up utilizing WordPress. There are some other platforms out there that make it very easy. Those are more what I choose to use. And actually, when I send you guys, I'm going to send everybody a little something afterwards. I will go ahead and send a little 2-week trial for the software that I use. And if anybody needs help with it, what I'll do is I'll create a walkthrough video for everybody if they want to use that software. Because it really is easy. You know, this morning I spent 1 hour. The video is not up on my landing page just because I had a little issue and I don't know where I made the error, but I noticed it right before we were getting on. So it's probably going to take me about 15 minutes after the webinar to fix it. But in 1 hour, I built a landing page, a thank you page. I shot 2 videos, edited those videos, and put them on the landing page. So, like I said, I have to tweak something because I screwed something up in there and now my videos are just blank, but normally I don't have that issue. It's just, it's crazy and I am a multitasker. So I made an error. So we talked a little bit about retargeting. I'm not going to super go into this because we've talked about it so much, but once again, to create your Facebook pixel, go to business.facebook.com, sign up for a business account, and create your pixel. There will be a drop-down menu. You know, you see those traditional 3-line hamburgers. If you click on that hamburger and then you go down to the bottom of it, you'll see more options, and then it will all just open up and you will be able to see the Facebook pixel, which is crazy easy to be able to create. They even give you all the code to put it on your WordPress site. They give you, there are actual plugins that work on different types of sites so that you can actually just pop that number in. I think I use one for a lot of our WordPress pages that is called Pixel My Site Pro. I can get you guys a link to that as well. You wouldn't need anything but a 1-person license on that, and it's pretty inexpensive. But there may also be some free ones that are out there. Actually, I know the Pixel My Site Pro has a free version as well, which will just load a basic Facebook pixel on, which is pretty freaking amazing. With that, once again, if people have been on your site, you can actually retarget those people. It cuts your ad costs down pretty significantly with Facebook, as well as LinkedIn and Instagram. And, you know, start building that connection with them. You know, you can really create ads that say, hey, you know, I think you've been on my website. I blah, 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 blah. I wanted to connect with you. I wanted to give you a free offer or something like that. So automation and lead handling. We talked about email contacts, SMSs, text messaging, salesperson contact. I personally like to automate as much as possible. I'm a real systems person, so I want things to happen immediately. What's really neat about the landing pages, I know with the one I created today, yeah, you guys are going to be pixeled. I kind of want you guys to see how this is going to look. I will probably run a Facebook ad early next week just to the people on this webinar, just so that you guys can see how easy it is for me to be able to reach out and target you from that pixel. But when you sign up for the stuff, I've got everything in there. I've got the get to know your dream prospects and create an ad worksheet that I do. I've got my why, how, what worksheet. And I've got another worksheet on there. I don't know why I'm spacing out what it's called, but right now I'm spacing out what it's called. You guys will click a button that will, where you say, yeah, I want this information. And then a little pop-up will happen. And I just ask for your name and your email address. From that, it immediately goes into my MailChimp account. My MailChimp account has been programmed to immediately send out an email to you guys, which I have formatted. It looks pretty, it matches, it works, and it has the click here and automatically starts downloading the file with the 3 guides in it for you guys. I don't have to do any of that. It just happens automatically. With my own business, when I am out prospecting clients, depending on what industry I am prospecting, I do a whole series of things. So I might have a list of 100 businesses that I'm prospecting. If it's that week, if it's that month, I have those 100 businesses. I have their website, I have their email, I have as much data as I can get. I send them a message on LinkedIn. I send them a message on Facebook. I make sure that I have a Facebook ad as well as a LinkedIn ad that shows up in front of them. I send them a mailing. I usually send an oversized greeting card with a photo of their business and a photo of me on the front saying, hey, I can help you grow this. What else do I do? Well, I send an email out to them that actually uses an embedded video where I am, once again, I'm pointing at their business. I do just a general picture, a general video of me pointing up, and I reuse it all the time. And so then in that green screen behind me, I put a picture of their business. So it looks like I'm standing in front of their business, pointing at their business. Inside, it's pretty standard. I just say, these are the things we can do for you. I would this is why I'm passionate about this. This is what we do. I would love to be able to have a conversation with you and see if this is something we can help you with. Every step that they do, they are tracked every direction. So if they watch any of the videos, if they connect or engage with me on LinkedIn, no matter what they do, I actually have that program to go back into a spreadsheet and put a tick mark next to each thing that they actually did. So at the end of the week or at the end of the month, I can actually look at that and decide who are the people that have become warm leads for me. The people that had very little interaction with anything that I did, they're still cold leads. But the people that have maybe 7 tick marks next to their name, because my entire system is updating that fast, I know that that person is primed for a call. And it's a great time for me to call them because I've already had enough interaction with them that they feel that they know, like, and trust me already. It's a perfect time for me to communicate with them that I'd like them as a client and I'd like to be able to help them. So you can make it as complex as that, or as simple as making sure this information gets out to them in a timely fashion. So one of the things that I want to touch on real super quick is understanding the relevancy score within Facebook. We think of Facebook as this giant company that just wants our money. They want us to pay them their marketing dollars. They don't care. And that is not the truth. Facebook is actually a pretty amazing company when it really comes down to it. They want to build a platform that connects people. And they have been changing it regularly to get it to be that. And it's going to keep changing. So let's say that, we'll just say that Alan and I are both trying to reach the same client base. And I am saying that I am willing, these are irrelevant numbers. I'm just using numbers that are simple. So I'm willing to bid $1 for my interaction with those people to get them to do something. And Alan is like, that's too rich for my blood. I am bidding 50 cents. So here are 2 ads. My ad has the potential of being worth up to $1 per action that people take, and Alan's is potentially worth up to 50 cents. Now you might think that Facebook would just automatically choose me, the way that eBay would choose the highest bidder, but it isn't the case. They want to make sure that whoever they are choosing to put in front of people, that information is relevant to those people, that it creates engagement, that it is well targeted. So my ad with $1 bid, I'm kind of just, I'm doing the old, hey, the more people I reach, the better it'll be. So I'm going to widen that net. But Alan says, no, I am in the Denver market. I only want people within this many miles of each one of my groups. I want them to be an admin on a Facebook page and all of these things. So his relevancy score is significantly higher than mine because his ad is more relevant. It is more targeted. So they're going to choose his ad ahead of mine, even though I'm willing to bid more money. So I wanted to just tell you guys a little bit about how I get some free traffic without doing.
Real quick, sorry,
yeah.
Karrie, we're coming up on our time here, real quick. But I got a couple questions in the chat for you too. When you wanted to open up for.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is actually I believe this is my last slide. So I was just gonna say, guys, you guys can create a lot of free giveaways and post those. This is something that I created almost possibly a year and a half ago. And I didn't put any money into it. I just started posting it on Facebook as well as Pinterest. I still, to this day, with this little free training that I offer, get 10 business leads every single day. And that's free. It just keeps going around because it's powerful enough that people share it. So on the right, you see the ad that I place. This one happens to be the Pinterest ad, or the Pinterest organic post. And on the left side here is actually where it takes them, which is a free training portal that teaches them how to put their own business cards together. So I did make this funnel for you guys. That was the one that I was telling you guys about, where my video is not running yet. It will be in the next 15 minutes, but still check it out. I did this in 1 hour, including editing videos and shooting them. It's got a Facebook pixel. It's fully automated, and it collects info and provides something pretty amazing. So in this, you're going to get my free client finder and ad builder worksheet, my why formula, and the third one, the one I keep forgetting, is my why video walkthrough script. So in order to get this, all you guys need to do is go to karriefixmymarketing.com/ITTL. Feel free to go there whenever it works for you guys. This will be up for just about a super duper long time. And then you don't need to actually go to the beta. On the bottom, I've got a beta thing running that's going to start in the next couple of weeks. It's a program that I'm doing that goes step by step through social media marketing training, gets you support along the way, has live help sessions every week, live and recorded weekly training so you never miss anything, and you actually get one-on-one support tokens so that you get the help you need, especially with the technical stuff when you need it the most. What's kind of awesome about the beta is I only run one beta every time I rewrite this program, and that beta is going to run in the next 2 weeks. I always do the beta at a minimum of half off. So don't go to that link again, just go to the link up top, and when that happens, I will let you guys all know. So let me know what questions you guys have.
Perfect. Thank you, Karrie. Yeah, I'm going to actually open up microphones here to everyone here in just a moment. We have one question in the comments, and that's from Vivian. What about if you don't know what your business is yet, but you want to build a brand? Where would you take it from there?
I would definitely do a public figure page. Vivian, I would get your name. Basically, you're going to go through the whole process as if you are starting to do a business page on Facebook, but instead of choosing a business page, you will choose a public figure page. And you're just going to go there, start exploring, start inviting people to join you, share it with people anytime you're out. Just share it. Have people connect with you on there. It's a lot more professional than using your personal Facebook page. And it will allow you to transition into a business model much more easily than anything else you could do.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And like I said, I'm going to unmute everyone's microphones. We also have the chat box. If you're not on a microphone, we have the chat box available at the bottom of the screen. Click on that, type your message in or type your question in, and we can answer that. So, does anybody have any questions?
I think it was excellent information. It can be complicated. Oh, here comes Vivian says, great information. So yeah, I'm excited.
Good.
So thank you for this. Yeah.
Yeah, really demystified social media, because the social media is so mystifying and everything, and this really helped to demystify it. So thank you very much.
Of course. Well,
so my final question is, we go to the KarrieFixMyMarketing.com/ITTL, and then you will automatically get your info. You'll send it to us. Is that correct?
It's actually, okay. You can go in right now immediately. The video's not up there. But just so you can see, even if you sign up for it before I get the video up, go ahead and go back later tonight or whatever, and I will have that video fixed.
They like the salads there, but I think we got quite a bit of salad stuff still.
But you can at least see that video, which was shot on my cell phone and edited, and you can see that it doesn't necessarily look in any way like a cell phone video.
Pandora, huh?
Oh, very cool.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, excellent information. Got a couple comments in there. Love the emphasis on why marketing, so important yet so easy to forget. Absolutely agree with that. I mean, it's that was one of the biggest pieces that I took away from this.
Oh yeah. Well, and definitely download that sheet, guys. It has that why, how, what circle thing, and then it has 3 different examples. You guys can print it out, and has a whole section for you to just start brainstorming yours right out on there. Also, the get to know your dream prospects so you can find them online worksheet. It goes through some of the basics to think about in a B2B business as well as a B2C business on how you can target those people, how you can find them. It walks you through getting to know them and getting to their 3rd level of why. And then it goes into, asking you, where are they right now? Where do they want to be? All of that stuff, everything in there that I showed as far as how to ... without ... all of that is in there so that you guys can just start filling it out. And really creating your own plan. And to be honest with you guys, I'd love to kind of help you guys with this. So if you'd like to connect with me on my public figure page, you know, please seriously feel free to post your ideas up. I will happily, truly happily give you guys my feedback, give you my thoughts, and help in any way that I can.
Well, thank you so much. I think, oh, Alan is still here. Okay. It looked like he disappeared.
No, thank you very much. Yeah, that was excellent. So.
Oh,
yeah.
and I just have to say this, Karrie.
Mm-hmm.
My dear friend Jane Conboy connected with you when I put it out in the announcements.
Yes.
And she's been talking you up at all the meetings the last couple weeks. So I just wanted to send that out to you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course. I'm always here to help. That's one of the things I love.
Right on. Well, thank you very much again,
You're welcome, guys.
great information. So, again, for everyone who registered, regardless of whether you caught the live broadcast or not, we'll be sending out a replay here shortly. And check out Karrie's website at karriefixmymarketing.com/ITTL.
Yep.
Thank
And if
you
you
so
want to
much.
go to the regular site and learn anything about me, it's just the clientattractionformula.com.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And all
Thanks,
of those
Karrie.
things. Mhm.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Carrie. I
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Have a
Ellen.
great day, guys.
Thank you, Becky.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.